Go easy on me, guys.
Sure, kid. No worries.
How did you first come to get involved in this? Was it a long process?
It was a long process. My agent called me and he said, would you like to go in for a James Cameron, Robert Rodriguez film called Alita, Battle Angel? And I said, what? Who? And who? And what? It's already the call you want to get when you're an actress. I mean, just by the title alone, and the people involved, you know, this is going to be quite a spectacular heroine. Then I read the script, which was already such a beautiful thing, because on these big movies, they can be very secretive. They don't want to give you anything. They don't want to leak the script. They give you fake sides, and you don't really know what you're trying to achieve in the room. So just being able to read the script was a beautiful thing.
I really took to the story because I always thought that the biggest achievement in, let's say, entertainment is to capture a valid and important and actual idea in a popcorn form. Because why would one contradict the other? You don't have to, you know, make a little low-budget movie with a very relevant message, but you can only tell it in a little low-budget situation. Or make a mega spectacle that makes no sense, nor does it go anywhere, and is, in the end, for that very reason, utterly tedious. But why do the two, they're not genres, but species, so to say, have to contradict each other? And here, in Alita, they really achieved the marriage of the two essential elements, meaning thought and heart.
When it kind of came to pulling off all the technicalities of the character, I mean, what was that like? Because it must be a lot of gear.
It is a lot of gear. Your daily routine changes quite a bit. Normally you get into hair and makeup and put on your costume, and this is how you transform. But the routine for performance capture suit is much different. You go and you put on your suit, which is sort of like a wetsuit material with infrared markers lined on the inside, and on your shoes and on your gloves. You put your hair in a do-rag. They put a plastic mask on your face that had little holes drilled in it, where they mark each of the 37 dots going on your face. Then you go over to the sound stage where a technician from Weta will put your helmet on your head, do a face ROM, which is a series of facial gymnastics to make sure that the cameras are calibrated correctly. Then you scan into a system, into the volume, and then you're ready to go. The whole process takes about 2 hours, so it's quite different. The suit is very intimate when you wear it, so it takes a little getting used to. We were also shooting in Austin, Texas, which is quite hot. So, like I said, these are all just little nuisances here and there that you get used to, but they pale in comparison to being on the cutting edge of filmmaking.
Watching it, I mean, it looks enormous. I mean, what are those things like to film? Because the thing you film must look absolutely nothing like the finished product.
You know, it's actually The biggest difference is obviously seeing, you know, Alita later, but the set design was so beautiful and so well done that, you know, Iron City is real. There is a real Iron City, and it's in Austin, in Robert's backlot. So it's this beautiful, huge, interweaving streets and, you know, alleyways that, you know, it's all very practical. And the only thing was having, you know, Rosa in her motion capture suit. We had Ed Skrein in a motion capture suit. So, you know, it was kind of interesting seeing these guys in their, you know, their skin tight spandex suits. But then when you'd see the computer and seeing what they are going to look like, you know, you just can't wait to see it finally.
You know, all of that work happened after we all went home, but while we were filming, we filmed in practical locations. They had built a whole set, like in a backlot in Texas, in Austin, where Robert lives and has his studio. They built basically Iron City, you know, all those streets. So it was pretty beautiful. That was those were all real locations. So we saw that. But then it's transformed into something totally different.
What was it like seeing it fully realized for the first time?
Overwhelming, but not a surprise, oddly, because I expected it to be fantastic, grandiose, and I was pleased that they really achieved maintaining the emotional, you know, the heart element is prevalent. The gadgetry is subservient, and that's how it should be.
I had an expectation that it was going to be executed, you know, at sort of the highest level with the people, given the people who were involved in making the film. But it's another thing to see it finished. I saw the movie a couple days ago, and I was just, I mean, I was blown away by it when Alita first comes on the screen and you see her face. It's so, it's really extraordinary, I think.
Welcome to the underworld. From here, there are worlds above worlds above worlds. It's where I used to live.
And it's where you're going to die.
Dance, little flea!
And obviously, I know you don't want to give anything away, but
Yeah.
Can you see a future for Alita into many more films?
I mean, I don't think it's really giving anything away. There's so many books, and there's even, you know, spin-offs from those books. So yeah, Alita can go on for quite some time if people love it. Yeah.
I mean, obviously there are many more books. Can you see a future for this franchise?
It certainly ends with a cliffhanger. It ends and you're like, oh, I wanted to see the next chapter. You know, I wanted to see her, I wanted to see that confrontation between Alita and Nova.
I would love to be a part of more Alita movies. I would be making these movies until I was 64 if they would let me. And thanks to performance capture technology, I really could shoot these movies up until 64 or plus. So really it depends on the audience. I like John, his outlook on films and sequels and stuff of this nature. He says, we make movies for audiences. Let's let the audience decide if they would like to see more from Alita.
You made the biggest mistake of your life.
And what's that?
Underestimating who I am.